Well, Roy, we've just watched the Star Wars prequel trilogy. What did you make of that?
Well, we'll start off with the Phantom Menace. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan meet the Viceroy. I thought they were chancellors. Then we meet Jar Jar Binks. I thought he lacked real professionalism and composure, really. Then the lads go to Tatooine. They find young Skywalker. You hear Yoda going on about... I know Yoda's been around the block, but he's going on about this young Anakin boy. He's saying he's the chosen one. He's a young boy, showing his talents and promise in the pod race. He young boy. He has a trophy to his name. It's all win trophies and titles. If you want to make it, if you want to retire, with a good career, and be happy, So he needs to put his head down and ignore all the chosen one talk. He's a bright young talent, but the chosen one. Do me a favour. Did we meet the antagonist Darth Maul? Obviously he wants to impress the manager Palpatine. He wants to be his go-to man. But I think it all got to his head really, because young Obi-Wan, he's a young boy, chops his legs off, and Qui-Gon to be proud. Qui-Gon to be proud. God rest his soul. Right, Dave. I'm going to breeze through this one. Attack of the Clones. The love story is shocking. Bad dialogue. Look, we know dialogue isn't George Lucas's strong point, but he's a filmmaker. You gotta impose your personality. Look at Titanic with Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. I had me bawling my eyes out, crying on my seat. Listen, Anakin and Padme, they haven't got a patch on Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. Shocking. Do me a favour. Shocking. And this Jango Fett guy looks like he's very easy on the eye. He's got all the tricks, but Mace Windu took him out like he was nothing. And we ended with Yoda and Dooku going head to head. These guys, they're experienced pros. We know what they're doing. They've been around the block. We know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what it takes to win titles, and that's what it's all about: winning titles and making the fans happy. Right, Revenge of the Sith, the final prequel. That Palpatine is a nasty piece of work. More or less making Anakin decapitate Count Dooku. We all know. Palpatine knows what he's doing. He's experienced. We know what he's doing. He's pulling the strings. And the Jedi don't do that. The Jedi don't go decapitating people. It's not. It's gone through history. They've never done that. Anakin in this film, he's still a young boy, but he's gone through a lot. His mother dying in his arms. He's married. He's having a baby. But you think there'd be a bit of character and maturity about him? No, shocking. Throwing his toys out the pram because he's not being ranked master. Do me a favour. We've been saying this since how long ago we've been saying this since Phantom Menace? I think about 14 years ago in the timeline. We still talking about him being the chosen one. Do me a favour. The Jedi go to arrest Palpatine because he's been a bold boy. They never really imposed themselves on him. It was simple really for Palpatine. Kit Fisto gets taken out from 2 yards. It's 2 yards. Mace Windu, to be fair to him, looks like he's got him beat, but then Anakin shows up and chops his arm off. Now, after I saw that, I've completely lost faith in this boy. Then Palpatine gets up and his face is mangled, and he starts calling him Darth Vader. Ridiculous name. Shocking. And the film ends. Anakin got what he deserved in the end on Mustafar. What goes around comes around, and you know what I mean. And we move on to the original trilogy. Padme names her children Luke and Leia, setting up the future generations. Obi-Wan brings Luke to his aunt and uncle. Obi-Wan watching over him, make sure that he doesn't make the same mistakes his father did. Shocking, that Anakin boy. Shocking.